Good afternoon. It is November 23rd, 2020, and here's what we were looking at for the day. This is a range day. It's looking like to me maybe I was going to say maybe a slight downward bias, but I wouldn't really say that because all we really had was one leg down and one leg up. So I don't think it really is a downward bias. We had, a few, like I said, one leg down in this green channel and then one leg up in this yellow channel. Had a couple micro ranges here. These pink lines are the overnight highs and lows, and a couple times prices like bounced off the yesterday's close. Would that be Friday's close? Yeah, it looks like, I think that'd be Friday's close, right? No, that's yesterday. Okay, so a couple times prices bounced off yesterday's close. So this range happened around there. And I'm not sure, did prices today's open? No, today's open didn't really do much with prices, maybe a bit right here. But other than that, just a channel down and a channel up. So let's take a look at what I saw. So we have this this range that broke out at the beginning of the day, and not much you could do there. No signal bars, and you're right, and you haven't made it to the overnight high, and it looks like that's where it's going. So it'd be really risky to go short. You have a triple test right here, but the signal bar is no good. And then, yeah, prices just come up. Look at this bar. So this is what is that, an 9 bar, 9 and 1 tick bar, 9 points. So I don't know what happened there, but then people got filled there and came down, bounced around a little bit. I don't know what's going on there, but then you have this. So it's above the overnight high, which is right here, and then you have this channel down. So when I see this channel down, and I'm thinking it's going to be a range day, just because. I don't know. The price isn't ranged overnight, kind of, but I don't know. We have this channel down, so that's why I marked this trade right here. Great signal bar. It's off the channel line, because you could see that really, like right here. I don't know what happened. How does that? I thought I copied and pasted that. Yeah, let's look at it like that. This is a channel. It's a clear channel, so I'm thinking maybe you're catching a high for the day. We've had ranges for the past like 5 days. Not that that means anything, but that's why I marked this. Let's see, is it a first? No, it's a third entry short. If you took a second entry, it would have worked too. Failed second entry long. Because if you took that, it'd be this one. So why don't I, that makes more sense. That's more according to the system. So why don't I just put the arrow there? Failed second entry long. And I actually, did I take that one? No, I took this one, this aggressive one. Just because, especially at this point, this is a lower high. It just looks like prices are going to break back into the overnight, or the range. So I did take that. That's definitely aggressive. Not a good signal bar. It's just a lower high after a big downward move. And yeah, you get a big move out of that. I think I took like 10 points off that. But if you wrote it all the way down, you would have gotten, I think, about 20 points. Well, if you wrote it all the way down here, you would have gotten more than that. What is this? I think this was like 20 points, so that would have been about 30 points. But yeah, okay, anyway, prices break back into this overnight range. I didn't see anything I like. I marked this short-term trend line. Then you get a break of the trend line, move to a new low. And then they come back to the EMA. You get a second entry short, but the signal bar is no good, unfortunately. And prices move back to overnight lows and make a new low, and they bounce. And come up here, first entry, get a second entry short. I marked that, or a failed second entry short, I should say. I marked this because it's off the EMA. It closes above the yesterday's close, and it's a very bullish bar. So you did get a scalp out of that. But then this channel, this bigger channel, gets confirmed here. So it's off of this channel that I marked earlier, but it's a little steeper. And yeah, that confirms that. So I then moved it to this low. I definitely had it drugged down more. So let's see. Here. Yeah, steep move down. So if you draw your short-term trend line, you get a break, and then a move to a new low. And here's the thing. I took this in the simulator, this little doji bar, thinking that everyone was getting tricked and we're probably going to the overnight highs. But if you draw your short-term trend lines, that's a terrible entry because this trend line has not been broken yet. So why did I take that? Just being way too aggressive. I might have had this green channel drawn like that or something. I don't know. But yeah, not a good trade. I got stopped out. This, had I been patient and just thought about it, you have this big leg down. Why don't you just take a lower high? You know, and this is a fairly good signal bar. Moves down, would have gotten you a scalp. So if I'm taking this aggressive trade, look, this short-term channel trend line has been broken. You got to move to a new low. This is close to the trend line that I would have had drawn, or I did have drawn. It's close to that. So look, if you take that with the idea that we're going back into the range, that would have worked. But really, I should have thought about it like this is still a downward channel, which it is. So that's what happened around here, and prices start ranging. And then off of my midline, you get this high, and then this lower high. It's off the midline. It's not a second entry, but it's a third entry short. First entry, second entry, third entry short. But I didn't have this range drawn. And it's kind of a range, so maybe I shouldn't have marked it as blue. Maybe I should have marked it as green for aggressive. But it's a nice bearish bar. It's off the midline of this green channel here. So I thought it was a solid entry. I did take that. That's one I took today. But yeah, I took this. This failed. So I do want to be more transparent and show you my failed attempts at taking trades. So we get this low for the day. Prices bounce down here, make a move up. So here I wouldn't have had this yellow channel drawn here, but I marked this trade as a lower high, and it's an engulfing bar, and it closes below the EMA, which is still pointing down at this point. So I do like that trade. Your entry would be below the midline of the green channel. So if it goes down, you would have gotten a scalp. It's a decent move. And here I took a second entry short that failed. So look, you got this low, because I mean it looks like a downward channel here, or at least that the price action is moving down. But it was just a range day. So get this leg up, second entry short, really nice signal bar. But look, it's congestion. Okay. All those closes, all three of those closes, they stop at the same point. Here's a doji. Here's a doji. This green bar right next to it is a doji. Well, actually, this is actually a very bearish bar. But this green bar right next to it, that's a doji because the body is small. And it's dead in between the wicks of the candle. So, yeah, I guess this, I wasn't too disappointed that I took that trade, though, because it does look like a second entry. But, yeah, that's congestion. Yeah, and if I had this range drawn, you might think that that's a trap and that prices are about to break back into that congestion. So, something to think about for the future. Then prices start moving up. I drew this short-term trend line. You probably could have had this confirmed with this midline at least. This yellow channel, I mean. Anyway, prices break into this micro range that I did not mark in my analysis, right near the overnight lows. And then, yeah, you get another move up into this range above the overnight lows. So I did mark this green trade right here because it's second entry and it looks like it's a channel down. So that's why it's aggressive. It looks like you're in a channel down if you look at that. But it's a second entry and the signal bar is not great, but it's off the EMA and you know, prices, it looks like they're ranging. So it looks like we'll probably go to the overnight highs, which we eventually did. This you would have gotten stopped out after a scalp. But that's what happened. And then by here, I wouldn't have had this range marked by this trade because that just looks like a channel down. But by over here, I would have had it marked for sure. And so this just looks like a break back into congestion. And you would have gotten a scalp out of this. Oh, notice this trap too. Here, I should have marked that. Look at that nice bullish bar. It's only first entry. Or wait, is that a failed? Okay, so people probably took this like a failed second entry short. And it ticks right above it, traps all those traders out. And I guess that's why there's a big move down. So, yeah, there's a trap right there. Something to think about. Yeah, failed second entry short. And, oh, this is also a second entry, by the way. If you go from this high, first entry, second entry. So that's another reason to take it. I like that trade. And then prices break back into congestion, break out with trend, and then you get this aggressive trade. It's off the midline of this yellow channel that you should have had drawn by then, but I guess you wouldn't have had. Yeah, I guess because you would have had this midline off these highs down here, and this is just a higher low after a big leg up like that. You could take that. So prices come up, they bounce off this. Is this okay? This is 3 o'clock, so this is where Mack has you stop trading. So that's what I saw for today. Any feedback is appreciated, guys. I've been getting more feedback on the forum, so I appreciate that. Again, here's a look at what we saw today. So thanks again, guys, and I'll make another video tomorrow.